All right, today's May the 10th. Getting ready to check these honey supers. You can see all those have honey supers on top. Most of them do. And there's some nukes on down there. We might get in them a little bit too. But the main thing I'm worried about is the flow is really on right now. We've got some rain, the ground's got some moisture in it, and the bees are really bringing a lot in. So I know there's a couple that needs honey supers, but we're gonna take a look at it and see if we can add some more. Got some supers all lined up, ready to go. So we'll see what they look like. All right, we come out here the other night and I had a nuke. A swarm had moved into a nuke. I don't think it was my bees that swarmed it. I guess it could have been. But there was 4 frames full inside the nukes and at least that many more on the outside, probably more. So there was way too many bees. So I put them in a bigger box. But I had to do it. It got dark time I got done, and I ended up having Crocs on where I was getting ready to go to bed and just checking before bedtime, and dropped them on the ground around my feet, and my Crocs got filled up with bees. So that wasn't a pleasant experience. So we'll check this one. This one had we didn't put a honey super on it. Didn't look like. Said 5-1, had 5 frames, had its second body and high body in 423. Let's see what they look like. Stick. Oh, they're looking awesome. They're still drawing out frames, but they got a lot more than 5 now. See if I can show you a couple of these frames. They draw out this acorn foundation. Awesome. You do a really good job with it. I like the acorn foundation. Just about every frame looks like this one. This is probably the worst looking frame in there, but they're all full. I'll take out one more. All plumb full of bees. It's definitely ready for its first super. We're filling all that up with nectar. I don't know if you can see the shiny in there, but it's all getting filled up. All kind of white wax. Looks awesome. Go get a honey super, I'll be right back. So now they can start working on a honey super. They don't have white wax at the top of the frame, so I haven't lost any honey flow. I've been busy working on that box. So I'm in good shape. I use 9 frame spacers in a 10 frame box. A lot of people tell you to draw it out with 10 frames and then go to 9. But I haven't had any problem with the 9 frames. There's a little bit of white wax on there, but not much. Looking good. There wasn't any moisture at the top, so my sticks, they're dehydrating and getting the moisture out of that nectar. They gotta reduce it down to 18%, so there's a lot of moisture comes in the bottom and out the top. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this screen, or this sticky board at the bottom, give them a little more airflow. Next one's got a super. I checked a couple of these the other night and they didn't really, a couple of them didn't need any. There was one down there that really needs one bad. Some of these might not need any with them drawing out the wax and still building up. Yeah, see this one they haven't started drawing out the comb yet. That would probably warrant looking into, maybe. I don't know, depends on how the rest of these are doing. We'll see. I'm gonna put my note on this one. Today is 5/10. Added honey super. I would expect them at least be working on that foundation. This one they're working on. Inner cover stuck to the outer cover. They're definitely up here working on it though. That's good. They don't need another super yet. Put a note on here that they're not in the honey super yet. Need to check them. This one is working on the honey super. This one got a rock. Bit of moisture in the top, might need a little bigger stick. Pull out this stick board. Oh, sticky board on this one too. Maybe. Like they're up too much in this one either. Not in the honey super yet. Note to check them. working on the honey super. I think they're waiting on a hatch of brood, but I guess they could have swarmed or something else happened, but they're not in the honey supers yet. I'm just gonna put check now. I know what's going on. Not the honey super. When they're up there some. Now this one they're really working on. Don't have it drawed out yet. But at least they're working on it. Lost my stick. Now this is one that come and go at the top a lot. And I know this one needs a super, I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, they've got that one fairly well drawed out. I might give them a little more time though, because they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna go ahead and give them one. I got about 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 9 drawn. Might be a little bit early, but I might give him one anyway. Backing them up here a little bit. They're trying to come in and hit us in the back. And this one needs a honey super too. There's a lot of bees in there. They actually had a little bit of white comb under the inner cover, so they're asking for it when they do that, asking for more room. So we give it to them. I don't know, I have to, those ones they're not working on the super. Either wasn't strong enough and still working on the brood, and when it hatches out, they'll go crazy on it, or they swarmed and I didn't know it. So we'll just have to see. I'll have to get down in it a little deeper. And see what they're doing. I'll check a couple of these nukes down here. I hate to bother them before a month is up, and it'll be up this weekend, but I can't hardly stand it. 424. Let's see, that one's really late. Let's see, 415 split from number 51. Look at this one. That side's full of nectar. That side's full of nectar. This side has eggs. And this side has eggs. All kind of eggs, so we got a queen mated and back. She's in here somewhere. If I find her, we'll grab her and mark her. They're bringing in pollen and nectar. Got plenty of stores, and she's laying like crazy. There she is. Hope you can see her. I'll grab her and put a mark on her. Big old queen. Where'd she go? There she is. Don't. She done went around to the other side. Got her. And there's my mark on her. And she is a big old queen too. I see 4 segments after the back of her wings. I think she was all right. She's moving a little slow. I was wondering if I heard her. She's walking around okay. Get her back down there. Trying to get that spaced out right. She's down there and she's marked. And she's got a bunch of eggs already, so she was a split from 415 from number 51. So 510, I marked her yellow. Let's look at one more. I think I looked at that one yesterday. $4.15, split from number 5. Always, when I pull the first frame out, whatever side it has the least number of bees on it, where I don't, hopefully don't kill or roll as many bees, is the side I pull up. Oh, that was good. Sometimes that happens. Hopefully the queen wasn't on that frame. They're kind of loud, so I'm guessing they don't have a queen. It's all nectar. They've got a bunch of funky cells like they're trying to draw out a queen. I don't think this one took. And all the cells are full of nectar. Nothing cleaned out for laying. And they're very loud. I don't know if y'all can hear that roar or not. They're very loud. So I don't think there's a queen in that one. It'll probably get combined with one of these other hives. I'll check one more. .424 queen cell. All right, this one down here I already found, I think, a virgin queen because I got in it too early then. So I'm gonna get it too early again and see if she's laying yet. We might get to mark her. Oh man, they're exploding. These need to be combined. All that burr comb in the top. Full frame of nectar and capped honey. They're going crazy. If you can see all that. All right, I'm seeing eggs already. And there's the queen. She's a lot more golden queen. Very golden queen. A little unusual. Try not to pull her leg off. It's hard to me to see in the sunlight what y'all seeing. And she's marked. Hopefully you can see that. And she's walking around good. Put her back in there. Before we get her injured. That one needs a bigger box. They'll still go down a little bit. They got a little room. Time for her cells to start hatching out. They're doing good. When I go to put these in a bigger box, ones like that other one that the queen didn't take will just get combined with it. This will be a good nuke. I've got some nukes sewed. So this one will be a really good nuke for somebody probably. I may go ahead and make that one that I sell because she's doing really good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it there. Video's getting a little long. It gets so bright I can't see that camera at all. I think we're still running. But anyway, I'm gonna go through the rest of these hives, check them for honey supers. I got some other work and stuff I gotta do. So I'm gonna do that. 104, I'll make a note on here that it has a lay-in marked queen now. Marked yellow. All right, so that's good. That queen was huge. You can tell the size of a queen. It took me a long time to learn this. Probably a lot of you already know it or learned it quicker than me, but there's been a lot of controversy or a lot of talk here lately, a lot of Facebook talk on, you know, are emergency queens as good as swarm queens or queens that you would raise yourself? If I had my choice, I'd probably raise some myself. I'm still planning to do so. And swarm queens are awesome queens, and I won't argue that. But I will argue that emergency queens are terrible queens. That was a very yellow queen. She had several segments behind her back wings. It took me a long time to learn that those segments, her size means a lot. The bigger she is, the more ovarial she has, and the more egg laying potential she has. So, but those two queens have both hatched from emergency cells and flew out, got mated, come back, and are now laying like crazy. So that's awesome. And it's only 5:10. I usually would wait, since we put them in on 4:15, I would wait until 5:15 to check them. But they're doing good. People were asking about nukes, so it makes me feel good that they're going to be ready for some nukes, for some people to get some good nukes. But they're two different queens. One was really dark, one was really light. And they're excellent queens from emergency cells, but excellent queens. If you make a good, strong, if you make a weak split and expect them to raise their own queen, I would agree that they're gonna make small cells and not be a very good quality queen. But you can't convince me that in a good, strong walk-away split with the bees picking their own larvae, they can tell when those larvae are having problems or if there's anything wrong with them. They can pick them a lot better than we can. And they have picked those queens out from a larva and raised them, and now they're doing really good, and I expect them to have a long life and there'll be some good local queens for somebody. Me if I keep them, somebody else if I sell them or give them away. So you have a hard time convincing me that emergency queens are inferior, because those are really good queens and will be around for a long time. And you know, like I said, with the ovarial size does matter in a queen. You want really big queens. You don't want little runny queens. So I think that's proof. I got several more hives to check. I'll probably get some of that on video. But for now, I'm gonna put these honey supers on. I gotta do some chores. So if you got any comments or questions, leave them below. And I'll see you on the next video.